Hi guys, it's Friday the 9th of August. Not a very pleasant day. I think it's actually stopped raining now, but I could just hear it beating against the window all night last night. It was horrible. So obviously what better thing to do than have a little quiz today. It's Friday, obviously Monday to Thursday I do have sort of set plans of what I do. Obviously Friday's a bit of an open one, so obviously this week I thought I'd do a little movie quiz, so a little bit of fun. Nothing, get a pen and paper or do it in your heads or whatever. There's nothing fun. It's just a little bit of fun, just to pass 10 or 15 minutes. 15 questions. There'll be 24 points up for grabs in that. So obviously, just let us know what you get in the comments below, what scores you get, and anything like that. But it did start me thinking about quizzes, and obviously movie quizzes in general. I mean, on the internet now, I mean, there's the information's out there, there's stuff out there. You can have these sort of things, and obviously there was games. Obviously, I mean, you got stuff like this. You got Harry Potter, the Seen It games, which are great because that's specific to Harry Potter, but obviously you get ones that are general movie games and other things if you're into your movies. I mean, that's another one, The Simpsons. So, I mean, they're great little games. I mean, they're really great fun. But it got me thinking back to, obviously, we didn't have the benefit of DVD and these things when my kids were small. And on days like this, with the rain, obviously you had your board games, but I like to give it something a little bit different. We used to have like horse racing nights and stuff like this, with little horse races, and allowed the kids to put a few quid on, play money, not real money. I mean, when they got older, actually, when horse racing was on telly, we did actually have horse racing nights that were live. I actually put the bets on the horses, and we watched the races at night with the kids and the wife then, and obviously my gran, I think, joined in, and it's good entertainment, and that's what you used to do in the 80s, 90s and stuff like for the kids. I used to try and make things up. In the 90s, of course, I think on video we had this Atmosphere, which is on DVD now, but obviously there was a video version of it, and I think my youngest was probably 10 or 11 when the video version of that came out, and that was great fun. But the kids remind me now, I used to, obviously in the 90s, we used to have hundreds of videotapes. Everyone used to buy videotapes and record off the telly and stuff like this. And obviously I had literally hundreds of them. Obviously I had my video shop in the mid-90s, but even before that, I probably had hundreds and hundreds of films and stuff on videos. And they used to be all catalogued, and the kids had to go and find the catalogue number and find the right tape for the right film they wanted to watch. That's how sort of OCD I was at the time. But they loved it. I mean, they can't say they didn't. And I used to spend time. So if you think of the Seen It with the movie quiz, I used to actually go through kids' videos, pick about 20 or 30, and actually find parts and little snippets and set the videotape. Can you imagine in those days you had to fast forward and rewind? It wasn't like DVD, so you had to find the spot you want. So I used to do little quizzes for the kids. So it took me probably about 5 or 6 hours to prepare this quiz. It probably lasted about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And I would obviously put the videotape in, play a clip, ask them what happened next, or who's this, or what film's this, or who's this, what's the name of this star, or things like that. And obviously I'd have a pile of videos and go through it, and obviously the kids would answer. They're all within about 6 years of each other, so some were more aimed at the younger ones and the older ones. So I mean, I used to do these things. It was great fun. So I mean, movie quizzes are not new to anybody, obviously, but that's a bit about how I used to do things even back 30 years ago. I was doing these Seen It things before Seen It did them. So there you go. Anyway, let's get on with the quiz. That's just a little bit about me. As I said, dead easy. 15 questions. I'll give you the question, and I don't want. There's no point in looking on Google and stuff like this. Just I'll give you the questions, and when I've gone through them all, I'll give you the answers later, and give you, and as I said, just let me know what you score. So, get a pen and paper. I mean, if you're listening to this while you're walking the dog, or you're at work, if you want to listen to this, just do it in your head, or save it for later and do it when you get home, or whatever. So it's entirely up to you how you do it. Right, let me get going with this. And say it's not the The first question is probably one of the harder ones, actually, but they're not all this hard. But then again, you might know. Right, let's go. So what I'll do a 15-20 second gap pause after I've asked the questions. I'll ask the question twice, then you've got 15 or 20 seconds then to answer it, and then I'll go on to the next one. So if you don't answer it, you don't answer it. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what I scored. I mean, obviously, I know the answers now, but before I knew the answers, obviously, I didn't score as highly. So I'll tell you what my score was at the end as well. Right, the first one, going back in time. In 1958, Kirk Douglas and Tony Curtis starred in the epic Vikings. Great film. But who played the main female role in this film? Princess Morgana. Which famous actress played that role? That's 1958, the Vikings. Who played Princess Morgana? I'll start the clock now. That's quite a hard one. I'll be honest with you. I had to double check. Obviously, when I saw it, I knew. Oh yeah, that's who it is. But very well known. If you don't know, then just have a guess at some black and white photos you've seen of famous actresses in the 50s, etc. Right, stop. That's that one. Right, if you haven't got that one, let's go on to the next one. Go on to a TV series, a very recent TV series that I think it's appeared on Amazon. In the TV series American Gods, who plays the role of Mr. Wednesday? See, American Gods, who plays Mr. Wednesday? We'll start now. Again, it's one of those that I forgot his character's name, but obviously I knew who it was. So you may know that if you're into new stuff as well. Stop. Right, third one. Back in time again. So I do test. I'm gonna say I'm obviously my films are always from cover every decade. So you've got to know a little bit about your older stuff as well. But I always try and pick the main films. In 1957, Henry Fonda, starred in a classic courtroom drama. Can you remember what it was called? In 1957, Henry Fonda, black and white. Start now. Henry Fonda starred in a famous courtroom drama. Can you name it? Again, I have so many favourite films, but this is definitely another one of those. Stop. Right, coming a bit more modern now. Alex Cross is a fictional character in a movie called Kiss the Girls, which came out in 1997. But which author created this character in his novels? So Alex Cross, Kiss the Girls. Which author created the character? Start now. I've read 2 or 3 books of this guy. If you don't know, have a guess. But he's well known, obviously. Stop. Right, the next one. Rutger Hauer sadly passed away recently. One of his most memorable early roles was in Hitcher. In what year was this movie released? Now, if you get the exact year, it's 2 points. 1 year either side, it's a point. So in what year was Rutger Hauer's Hitcher released? Go. Obviously, think back. Obviously, it's a year. I mean, it's a year that sticks in my mind, but obviously a lot of people, wouldn't know it. But 2 points if you get the correct answer. Spot on, and 1 point if you get either side of that one. Hitcher, Rutger Hauer. Stop. It's that one. Right, on to the next one. Back in time a little bit again. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I can't read my own writing now. Had a famous sequence in it with a famous song. Can you remember the title of the song and the full title of the song, please? So Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a famous bike riding sequence. There was a song. Can you remember what the song was called? We're off on that one. Stop. I think that was fairly easy. Obviously, I didn't ask you for who sung it, which would have made it a little bit harder. So I think you'll be all right with that. Right, the next one, another classic film. The opening scene from Reservoir Dogs features a bunch of guys sitting around a table. And they're actually talking about a hit song. This is right at the start of the film. So which song and who sung it? And so there's 2 points on this, one each for which song and who sung it. Reservoir Dogs, which song are they talking about at the start of the film? Go. Yeah, I wouldn't have known this. I mean, I've seen Reservoir Dogs 2, 3, 4 times perhaps, but I wouldn't have known this one at all. Let's see if you do. Stop. Reset. You doing okay? Right, here we are. The year of my birth now, showing my age. In 1959, Ben-Hur amassed a number of Oscars. Great film. You must obviously, I don't think you must have seen it. My dad took me to the Theatre Royal in Manchester to watch this when it first came out. If anyone remembers the Theatre Royal Theatre in Manchester. So how many Oscars did it amass? Again, it's a 2-point question. 2 points if you get the exact number, and 1 point if you get within one of it. Go on that. I mean, it's worth having a guess. I mean, give you an idea how many Oscars. I think 3 films have actually got this number of Oscars over the years since they were given. Ben-Hur being one of them. So there's 3 have matched this total. So have a think, have a guess on that one. It's a little bit more harder to spot on, obviously. Right, the next one. Nearly past halfway now. The Marx Brothers appeared in many films. Great stuff in the 40s. Can you give me all 3 brothers? I think there may be other brothers as well, but the 3 who actually appeared in the films. All 3 brothers' first names. So there's 3 points for this one. 1 point each. So obviously, Marx Brothers, can you give me their first names? Go. I got 2 straight off, and the third one I had to think about even myself when I thought of it. I think of these questions and then do look up the answers just to be sure. So, but I did get them eventually, but whether I would have got it in 20 seconds, I don't know. Stop. Next one. Oh, another classic. In 1969 Western, John Wayne appeared, famously wearing an eye patch. Can you name the Western? A 1969 Western. John Wayne wore an eye patch. Can you remember the title of the film? Go. Yeah, I mean, this was a fairly easy one for me. I'm assuming it might be a fairly easy one for you guys. I think that's the 10th. We've got 5 more questions to go. I'll stop that one. I think it's quite an easy one, that one. Right. This might get you. It's one of my favourite films from the 50s. Starring Yul Brynner. In 1958, Yul Brynner played a pirate, a well-known pirate, in which film? Again, you can have a guess if you're not sure, but Yul Brynner played a pirate. Go. In which film? In 1958. Yeah, man, just to stop you, it wasn't The King and I. Stop. Right, another one. 2002, a musical, which one of my favourites, but I do like musicals. Who, this should be quite easy, I would have thought. Who were the two female leads in the musical Chicago? So a point each, obviously it's 2 points up for grabs. Who were the two female leads in Chicago? I'll start now. Obviously, Richard Gere played the male lead, and who are the two female leads? I think that's quite an easy one. Sure, even if you don't like musicals, perhaps you'll know that one. Stop. Right, next one. 3 to go. What year was the original Disney animated version of Dumbo released in the UK? Now, it's a bit of a trick one there because it was borderline from one year to another. It was over Christmas time, but in the UK. So again, I'll give you 2 points if you're spot on and a point if you're a year out either way. So start that. So what year was the original Dumbo released in the UK? It was actually released a couple of weeks earlier in America, but I want the UK. And it crosses over Christmas time, so that's why there is a difference. 2 points if you spot on, one if you're a year out. Stop. Reset. Right, last 2 questions. In the Green Mile, remember the all-star cast, obviously, in that film. But how many? This is a guessing one again. I mean, I didn't know till, but I had an educated guess and still got it wrong. But how many trained mice were used in the movie? So you remember the famous mouse in Green Mile. A lot of these films, they obviously have, even animal films, they have more than one dude playing a role. So how many mice did they actually train to play in Green Mile? Go. Again, just have a guess. 2 points if you spot on. A point either way of you. One either way of the total. So, but worth a guess. It was more than I thought, to be honest with you. Stop. And finally, famous actor Ben Kingsley has played many roles. This is a 2 point question again. But where in the UK was he born? Which town and which county? Ben Kingsley. Go. 2 point question again. If you get the county, it's 1 point. If you get the town, it's 1 point. Was worth a guess. And there we go. Stop. That's it. Finished. 15 questions, 24 points up for grabs. I'll quickly run through the answers for you. Hope you enjoyed that. If you're doing other things, you want to do, just pause and come back and get the answers. Right. I'll tell you now, I got a score of 15 out of 24. So it's not brilliant. I mean, I've forgotten more than I know about films anyway. So if you get 15 plus, let us know in the comments below. Right. Question 1. Famous actress in the Vikings was Janet Leigh, the lovely Janet Leigh. Question 2. Who played Mr. Wednesday in American Gods? That was Ian McShane. Wonderful. I mean, he does some good stuff. I think he was in the. He oozes presence when he's in these TV series. Question 3. Henry Fonda starred in which classic courtroom drama in '57? Well, that was 12 Angry Men. Great film there. Question 4. Alex Cross, fictional character, was created by the author James Patterson. James Patterson. So if you said Stephen King or something like that, forget it. Rutger Hauer, Hitcher, was released in 1986. So that's 2 points for 86, a point for 85, or a point for 1987. Butch Cassidy, the famous song, I think most of you would have known that, surely. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. And I forgot now who sung it myself. I did read it the other day, but I forgot again now. The opening scene from Reservoir Dogs, we were chatting about a hit song. The hit song was Like a Virgin by Madonna. So 2 points if you got both those, 1 if you just got either or. I had no idea on that one. In 1959, Ben-Hur won how many Oscars? 11. So 2 points for 11. If you got 10 or you got 12, give yourself a point. Marx Brothers, Groucho, Chico, Harpo. Oink oink for Harpo, or beep beep, whatever he used to do with his horn. Actually, on the internet, if I post anything on Marx Brothers, an automatic thing comes up on Twitter of oink oink or something every time I mention the Marx Brothers. It's quite funny, but getting a bit tiresome now. I do talk about Marx Brothers on the internet quite a lot, but I get annoyed. It's obviously an automatic thing that anyone mentions the Marx Brothers, you get an oink oink. Right, in which 1969 film did John Wayne wear the famous eye patch? True Grit. Great film. I didn't mind the remake. Remake was pretty good as well. Enjoyed that. This was a hard one. Yul Brynner starred as a pirate in which film in 1958? It was The Buccaneer. Who were the 2 female leads in Chicago? The lovely Renée Zellweger and the gorgeous Catherine Zeta-Jones. 2 points, one each. If you only got, obviously got one of them, just one. You got both 2. The original Disney animated film Dumbo was originally released in the UK on the 2nd of January 1942. It was actually released in the US in 1941, but I asked for the UK. So if you got 42, 2 points. 41, you get a point. 43, you'll get a point as well. In the Green Mile, the mice, well, I mean, this was a pure guess, wasn't it? Let's say 15. They actually trained 15 mice to play the role. So if you've got 14 or 16, give yourself a point. If you've got 15, well done, 2 points. And finally, Ben Kingsley is Yorkshire lad from Scarborough, Yorkshire. So a point each again, 2 points. You've got them both. As I said, I got 15. If any of you got 24, wow. Even if you got 20 plus or even 18 plus, wow. I mean, 15 I would have thought would be average, and most people will probably beat that. So we enjoyed it anyway, and just put in the comments below what your score was if you get a chance, and give us a thumbs up, etc. Rest now for the weekend. Back on Monday with the new DVD and Blu-ray releases in the UK. Obviously, give us a follow at Twitter, nostalgia_movie. Obviously, you know my YouTube channel now under Bernard Deneen. So have a look back at what I've done this week: film, DVD reviews, a board game review, and a look at some posters. I hope you enjoyed that. And just my website is Movie Game Nostalgia. Just put that in your search engine, Movie Game Nostalgia. MGN will come up under that if you put it in any search engines. Anyway, hope you have a lovely weekend. I think the sun's trying to come out now, believe it or not, but I'm sure that's not for long. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. And I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for joining in, and have a great one. Cheers. Bye.